You could buy every house on this street, the whole block, the empty lot at the end. You've done the math. You wouldn't even feel it. So explain this. Why have you been sitting outside a $600 a month apartment for 20 minutes, engine running, unable to walk through the door? Your hand reaches for the handle, then stops, because you lived here once. 3rd floor, no elevator, a hallway light that was burnt out 20 years ago. And somehow, it's still burnt out today. And at the end of that hallway lived Rosa. Every night, she'd leave her door slightly open. The blue glow from her television would spill into the darkness. And before you even reached your own door, she'd call out, "That you?" She knew your footsteps. That was 20 years ago. You cut the engine, open the door. One foot touches the pavement, but you don't move, because suddenly, you're not thinking about the house you own. You're thinking about the people you left behind. 9 years earlier, your daughter was 4, 2 in the morning. She had a fever. The medicine bottle was empty. Your wife was panicking. The nearest pharmacy was 15 minutes away, and your car barely started on cold nights. Then came 3 soft knocks. It was Rosa, still in her robe, holding a bottle of children's medicine. She'd heard your daughter crying through the wall. She didn't call. She didn't text. She just came. She sat beside your wife, showed her exactly how much medicine to give, and stayed until the fever broke. That's what that building was. The ceiling leaked. The radiator knocked all night. The walls were paper thin, but everybody knew everybody. Eddie downstairs fixed your car one freezing January morning and refused the $20 you offered. "Get your girl to school," he said. "Pay me never." You were known there, not because you were rich, because you were you. But standing beside your daughter's bed one night, looking at the water stain spreading across the ceiling, you made your wife a promise. "We're getting out. A real house, a yard, a car that starts every morning, a better life." And you meant it. 3 years later, you carried a couch through the front door of a house that was finally yours. Small, 1 bathroom, a patch of grass out front, but yours. You had done it. Rosa came that afternoon carrying boxes. She stopped at the front door, looked at the yard, and smiled. "Look at this," she said. "Look what you did." Before she left, she handed you a container of food. Then she said, "Don't you become a stranger now. Come by Sunday." You promised. You meant it. But Sunday came. You were tired. The house was still being unpacked. The drive was 40 minutes round trip. So you called. "Not this week." There was a silence. Then Rosa said softly, "Okay, next Sunday." There was always a next Sunday. Until there wasn't. Weeks passed. Then months. It was easier than cleaning it. Easier than driving back. And that's how people disappear from your life. Not with a fight. Not with betrayal. Just one postponed Sunday at a time. Years passed. The money came. The business grew. You bought a bigger house. Then a better one. Eventually, you had millions. And somehow, the richer you became, the quieter everything felt. Your neighbor knew you only by your wave. Every morning he'd back out of his driveway, coffee in hand. You'd wave. He'd wave. 2 years. That was the entire relationship. Then one morning, your car wouldn't start. Your daughter was sitting beside you. School was waiting. You popped the hood. Your neighbor was 20 feet away washing his car. He saw you. He waved. Cheerful Monday, right? Then he went back to washing his wheels. A stranger eventually helped you. That night, your daughter asked, "Dad, why didn't the man help us?" You didn't know what to say. So you said, "He was busy." She nodded. But you knew the truth. You had spent years building a life where nobody needed to knock on your door. And now, nobody did. Eventually, you moved into the kind of neighborhood with gates, private roads, 6-foot fences, houses so far apart you could go weeks without seeing a neighbor. People arrived with opportunities, investments, business deals, dinner invitations. Every handshake had a reason. And one night, sitting at a party in your own backyard, you realized something. You couldn't remember the last time someone came to see you and wanted absolutely nothing. So the next morning, you drove back across the city, back to that brick building, back to the burnt-out hallway light. 3rd floor, end of the hall, Rosa's door. You knocked. A slow shuffle came from inside. Then the lock turned. The door opened. Rosa was older now, smaller. Her hair was gray, but she looked at you for 1 second, and her whole face opened. "There he is." That's all she said. No questions about your money. No questions about your house. No questions about your business. She pulled you inside, asked about your wife, asked about your daughter. She remembered the fever. She still called your daughter Ladybug. Then she made you coffee. The same coffee, the same little chipped cup. And she looked at you with a kind of happiness you hadn't seen in years. "I always knew you'd be somebody," she said. You looked down at the coffee because suddenly you understood something. You had spent 20 years trying to become somebody, and the one person who already believed you were somebody never cared how much you made. You stayed longer than you planned. When you finally left, Rosa walked you to the door. She held your face in both hands. Again. This time, you meant it. You walked down the stairs. Her television light spilled into the hallway.